How's it going, everyone? Rolling Cajun here, and I wanted to do an updated video for DPS rotation because the last video was kind of misleading because I didn't really was kind of new with the class. I knew the rotation was all right, but I have some bad information in the video, so I want to do an updated video and show you guys what I'm doing now, and so you can correct it. I'm pretty sure that the majority of the people who has played the class for a little while already know what I'm going to be saying. But just for new players, this is mainly for just the new players, so that you don't watch the wrong video and get the wrong rotation. I'm gonna do an updated video, and I'm gonna show you the rotation. So first of all, just like in the last video, you want to apply your dots and you want to put down burial ground. The reason why it's in this order is because burial ground is gonna buff your dots. So you apply your dots first. Your dots are going to take a second or so before they start ticking. You throw down your burial ground, and your burial ground is going to give you the 37% or whatever the boost is from the path. See, 76% is what mine is right now, and I'm at 76 talent level. Oops, wrong one. 37.5% right here. Anyways, it's going to give you a 37.5% boost in DPS whenever you put your burial ground, and you want to put it always after your dots. And then as soon as you put burial ground down, you use sickle. And let me go ahead and change my path right quick because I have blood path on because I PvP with the blood path. So you'll use your sickle, and then what you'll do while everything is on cooldown is you'll alternate between sickle and auto attack. You'll never hit spiritual attack or soul reap or any of the other skills. You're just going to alternate between sickle and your auto attack. And also something else I added into my rotation. You'll see here in the ruins. Let me see if I can find it. That you can increase the duration of your horse, which makes it last longer. And the cooldown on these two right here, I need to bring these up more because this is really, really awesome to have. Well, your horse actually does AoE damage, and it actually does a single tick also whenever you're on a single target. I'm still looking for the... this one right here will actually boost the damage of the tick that it does. It's in the blood debt path and right here under the fright rune. But I'll show you that real quick before we even get started. I'm gonna show you the AOE first, what it does, and it does a pretty good tick. And then also it does tick on single target. So I always pop, depending on the boss fight. Now I always pop my horse when in my rotation, but I only do it if I know that I'm not going to need the horse to get out of something crazy that the boss is going to throw down on the ground or something. If I'm doing a raid such as Core of the Rock S's, for instance, and I'm on the second boss, which is Sam, he puts a big compass on the ground. And if you don't know about it, or you get caught up in doing the DPS on the boss and all that, and he throws a compass down and you need to get out of the compass fast, you got your horse to get out of it. So in certain situations, I don't use my horse during the rotation, but for the most part, I try to put it into the rotation somewhere when I know I have enough time for when the next phase comes up when I may need to use it to get out of something. So you really need to know the boss fights real good before you start spamming this horse skill, or try to pump the cooldown and the duration way up to where you can kind of keep it on all the time. But anyways, I'm going to show it to you real quick. You can see here that it's ticking on all three of the things here, and every once in a while it crits for 2600, and I think it was hitting up for about 1600. I'm going to do it again real quick and show you guys so that you know that this is actually a good AoE skill too. Yeah, see, it's ticking for 2500 crits and about 1500 standard hits. So it's good to add it into the DPS because it doesn't use, I don't believe it uses any energy when you use it. If it does, it's really low because I hardly ever notice it. So let's start it off. Let me reset the meter first so you guys can kind of see how much my DPS is doing these days. I'm probably rambling on a little bit too much, but I wanted to explain some of this stuff so you guys don't get too confused with it. Okay, so we're going to start off with the dots. You're going to put down burial ground, and you're going to do sickle. Auto attack, sickle, and then bring your horse up if you want to. And then you just keep going between auto attack and sickle, and you're going to do this all the way until your burial ground comes back up. Whenever you start getting low on energy, or to be about now, then I'm going to use soul crack. Then I'm going to drop burial ground, and then I'm going to come back again with the sickle. Auto attack, and then sickle. And you just keep going through these, and by the time you run out of energy again, your soul crack's going to be right back up, and then you'll be able to pop it. And see, this there I am, I'm out of energy again. There comes soul crack, burial ground again, and then sickle. And you're just going to keep alternating through these. And you'll notice that I'm keeping these dots up to 17 seconds. Each time that you reset it with sickle, it brings the seconds up. So what you want to try to do is you want to try to keep them dots at 17 seconds all the time. So when you get on a certain boss, such as maybe the first boss in Ancestry Altar, or Scar Plains, where she does a tornado and you have to run away from the tornado because she pulls you in, you want to make sure that before she does that tornado, you know when that phase comes, so that you can get them dots all the way up to 17. So when she runs away and does her little tornado thing, that your dots are still ticking when you're running away from her, and there's enough time for you to reset your dots before they fall off whenever she comes back. So the object is to always try to keep your dots up as high as you can, so if you need to run around some, you don't lose any DPS, because your dots are the majority of your DPS. So you want to make sure that you keep them dots at all times. And I hadn't been using my horse on this, but you kind of get the idea. You want to use your horse in certain situations. You may not want to just use it in the rotation. You may want to just use it every once in a while. But once you learn the phases of how the boss fights work, you can actually time the horse where you can use it and still have it up whenever you need to get out of something. So you just need to learn the bosses real well in Mystica and the raids and all, but this is pretty much the rotation. It's really simple. You're constantly alternating between the auto attack and the sickle. You always use your burial ground off a cooldown, and use your soul crack whenever your energy's down. And I never have any issues with energy, as you can see, and I'm holding 53k right now without any type of buffs, and I also have my roar star on right now. And there we go with the last one. Soul crack back up again, and then it's back to sickle and auto attack. Just make sure that you get really good at resetting your dots, and make sure them dots stay up as high as possible, because there's going to be a lot of bosses in the in-game raids where you need to move around a lot, and you're all melee right now. This path is full melee, so you're not gonna have a chance to be running around hitting the boss and all that stuff. You need to make sure that your dots are always ticking at all times. You do never want to let your dots fall off if you can help it. But that's pretty much it. Actually, my DPS has gotten a little bit better since I started popping the horse. It's up to 54 right now. But you can see that I'm holding this DPS by just this rotation. And I'm not trying to throw any spiritual attack in there or any of the soul reaps or anything like that. And I'm able to keep my dots up at 17. Even if I'm moving around, I'm going to just keep popping them like that. And I'm going to keep them up. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video. I just wanted to cover that. I wanted to do a Soul Path DPS video, but I haven't reached the crit rate for that yet. When I swapped over to it, about a week ago, I tried it out. I had 43 or 44% crit rate, and I lost about 20k DPS. So obviously you need a really high amount of crit rate in order for Soul Path to be viable. I'm guessing around 50 to 60% would be a minimum before you can switch to Soul. So this is the #1 DPS path right now, and it will be for a while until you get a lot of gear. So I hope you enjoy the video. Like and subscribe. If you have any comments, ask me in the comment section. Until next time, guys, you have a great one.